In the last class, while looking at verse number 27, Sanchita agami karmani dayante jnanavanhina prarabdhan anubhavat iti Vedanta Dindima. So all these three types of karma, that which starts, let us say, prarabdha, because along with the body, prarabdha starts. In fact, because of the prarabdha, body is born or this life has come to us. And along with this prarabdha comes sanchita and agami. So when we look at this sanchita and agami, we have to also very clear and careful regarding this, that sanchita and agami both are taken care by the knowledge, whereas prarabdha will continue. So with reference to prarabdha, neither you nor me, including God also, does not have any stake or any control. That's why you can see, especially with reference to Krishna's life more than Rama, because Rama life was very straightforward life. Lord Krishna's life was very much governed by prarabdha, which is very much visible. Rama's also equally, because without any mistake, without anything, he had to go for 14 years exile and those days. But whereas in Krishna's lifestyle to be nicely to be analyzed, we have discussed in different occasions, like starting with one very conscious activities, that during Mahabharata war, Krishna was instrument everywhere. And of course, the Kunti happens to be his own, let us say, auntie. And of course, the other opposite one, Gandhar, who lost all the 100 sons. And that time Gandhari said, look, everybody says that you are the God. And you had that strength, wisdom, not only, because sometimes we have wisdom but not strength. Sometimes we have strength, not wisdom, okay? But you are the person. You had strength, you had wisdom. In spite of both the things together, and you had authority also. You could have stopped the war. Had you wished, you could have stopped. You have done many magics, including protecting Draupadi. Even if when Duryodhana, my son, tried to tie you down in the assembly, you could show the Virat Rupam. You could escape. You had that sort of ability, but you kept quiet, as though you chose to destroy my family. Now I am cursing you. That was the curse of Gandhari. That as my family is destroyed completely, that too in front of my eyes, so also all your family will be destroyed in front of your eyes. In fact, that is what happened. Lord Krishna had to go through. All his family not only destroyed, in fact his own kingdom, that is shifted from one place to another, got submerged in the water called Dwaraka. Till now we are seeing it. It is not a story, it has happened. So what I am trying to say is, prarabdha, even if God also go through the prarabdha, can you see this point? So no one can escape from prarabdha. Only you should have intelligence, you should have wisdom, you should have maturity to accept, to look at and continue. Continuing, verse number 28. Na punya karmana buddhi na hani papa karmana nitya sangatmanishtanam iti Vedanta Dindima. So, iti Vedanta Dindima, as we are discussing. He says what? He says, look, this is the proclamation of Vedanta. Nitya Sangatmanishtanam So, in short, Jnanina iti. So, the wise people. So, what is the definition of a wise person? He says, Nitya asanga atmanisthana. So, in short, the one who is committed to one's own self. Atmanisthana. The one who abides within one's own self. The one who is committed to one's own self. We are committed mainly to our ahankara, to our likes and dislikes, to our security, to our protection, imagination, projection. So we all are connected. We all are attached. We all are committed. You can see morning when you get up, what is your commitment? Commitment towards your laziness. Especially in winter, okay? So today morning I asked Ranjan, hey, what is this today so late? Coffee comes? No, nicely says, Swamiji, morning when I woke up, I didn't feel like getting down from the bed. So I took a little longer time. I said, okay, enjoy. So what can you say? So he has got already ready-made answer. So I could not say much. So when somebody has already ready-made answer, better not ask. This is what I learned now, okay? So if I ask some question and somebody started replying without listening me completely, better don't ask. That is called maturity. However, coming back to the point here. So here he says that Atmanisthana. So committed to one's own self, abiding within myself. And what is that me? What is that Atma? That Atma which is Asanga. So the Asanga means that which is alone. There is no duality. Nitya Asanga. So that means that which is eternal. Alone means oneness. That's why being alone is something amazing. The strength comes when you are alone. But the problem is, when you are alone, you crave for people things. It's exactly like a fasting time, okay? Every day you wake up, till 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you don't eat breakfast. Absolute no problem. But the day you decide to go for fasting, 8 o'clock onwards, you feel hungry. Whatever you see, the coffee, tea, whatever you see on the way, all your sense organs become so strong, I feel like eating. Okay, you understand? As it happens with reference to food, same thing also with reference to mind. The moment you are alone, physically, you want to be with people and you go crazy, you crave for it. And you know how you complicate your life. So you get into relationship, then after some time you get fed up, then you want to jump out of it. Then you spend time washing, cleaning that relationship. So after cleaning is over, so again what to do? You cannot keep quiet. Let me get into another relationship. Then again clean it. So get in clean. Wow, finally tired and exhausted. What a beautiful life. Not that you should not. What I am trying to highlight here is being alone is something amazing. But being alone does not mean feeling lonely. If you start feeling lonely being alone, that means something is wrong with you. Seriously. So that's why we say loneliness, aloneness, there is big difference. Let me be alone, but let me not feel lonely. That is called maturity. That is called strength. But the problem is, when you are not with yourself, you are not abiding within yourself, but abiding with your likes and dislikes, ahankara and other things. Because remember, likes and dislikes cannot exist without something. Try. Ahankara, the ego, can it exist without anybody, anything? It needs someone. It needs something. So that's why when you are alone, but not abiding with yourself, but abiding with your likes and dislikes, with your insecurity, with your ahankara, or with many other things. And interestingly, this ahankara, likes and dislikes cannot exist by itself or by themselves. So when it cannot exist or they cannot exist by themselves, now instead of being alone, because while being alone, you feel lonely. Can you see this point? And the more you are egoist, the more you feel lonely. That's why you can see a common person, a simple person, in spite of all problem, all troubles, manages life. Does not feel rejected. Doesn't feel dejected either. Whereas, if your ego is a little strong, what happens to you? Small thing happens, you feel rejected. Have you not seen that point? The other person may not know anything, but you feel, I am humiliated, I am rejected. I am not accepted. Hey, who are you to be accepted for what? I must, because my likes and dislikes, I am so much attached to my likes and dislikes, to my ahankara. That's why here is being highlighted. Nitya asanga atmanishthana. This is called Ushtham. Learning to be alone. Getting committed to myself. That is called the truth. That is the reality about me, myself. So this Jnaninam, these wise people, what happens? It says for them, interesting, for these people, now punya karmana buddhihi, vriddhihi. If you observe yourself, especially when you are committed to likes and dislikes, ahankara or any other things, small good thing happens. What happens to you? Your way of walking changes, you understand? Because we said, feathers. In fact, I was watching, especially I watch in a celebrity world. That's very nice because, God's grace, I have some good contacts. I have seen celebrities. So in the beginning stages, struggling stars, actors, actresses, how humble they are, how they walk, you should see them. Appa, you cannot think of. Sometimes, Swamiji Namaste, how are you, and all these things. Okay, you can see, genuinely it bends down. Once one movie becomes hit, something somewhere goes, something happens. Then after that, sometimes they see me and they will not look at. Suppose I happen, how are you? Namaste. You understand? And sometimes they bend down, they will try to touch the knee, near the knee, okay? It will come down, okay? Because of cultural practices or whatever. Because they have to, there is no choice, especially in public place, no choice. And again they become failure, then you should see. Running behind all the astrologers, the Swamijis, maybe that Swami did not, because I did not respect properly, Swamiji cursed me. Now let me go to that Swami. This is a common people thinking. You look at yourself. Some small thing happens, small good thing happens. What happens to you? You start walking like this, you understand? And when something bad happens, here he says, now punya karmanam vriddhihi iti. For a wise person, even if the great thing happens, the virtuous thing happens in life, there is no embellishment. At the same time, no hani papa karmana iti. So there is no loss with reference to wrong action. Because you allow yourself to continue. But what happens? Always you look at your life. Always good things should happen. Always good things to happen. If everything happens good in your life, only good, then you should have become a devata, not a manushya. You should have become a god, not a human being. In fact, God also go through some tough time, don't worry, okay? And manushya means, remember, 50-50. We call mixture, but 50-50 also acceptable. Sometimes, 90-10. Don't ask me which one is 90, okay? This is the problem. Somebody said, Swamiji, 90-10 is you are very generous. 99.991.1. I said, okay, that is your way of looking, but I don't accept, okay? But in reality, it is 50-50, to be very honest. And if you are not able to make it 50-50, that means something is wrong with you, seriously. However, that's why once you get committed, you see this thing. Now let us read the next verse. Buddhi purva krutanam papa karmanam prayaschitamaho jnanam iti Vedanta Dindima. Okay, I understand all this. There is no buddhi, there is no hani, there is no embellishment, there is no loss. I understand. So that means, what about karmas? Because especially if I look at, there are karmas that I have done. Of course, bad things with my knowledge and some of them without my knowledge. So what will happen to them? He says, don't worry. Aho, this is the greatest satisfaction. Aho, it's a great wonder. Don't worry. Why? He says, look, aho, buddhi purva, abuddhi purva krutanam iti. And what is that? Papa karmanam, not punya karmanam. Leave the punya karmanam because you don't worry about punya karma, okay? In fact, punya karma is a very good thing for you. Only you are worried with reference to papa karma, wrong deeds. So here he says, all these wrong deeds that has happened by you. Buddhi purva means with your knowledge. There is decision making faculty involved. Supported by your decision. Means in short with your knowledge. Or abuddhi purva krutana. So it has been done without your knowledge. Spontaneously, naturally. Incidentally, accidentally. So whether knowingly you have committed certain things which is not right, or unknowingly you have committed. Remember, all these karmas, prayaschitam jnanam iti. So the remedy, prayaschitam is a remedy here. The atonement, because this is the language generally in Christianity they use, atonement. Sin and atonement. So if you don't want to use the word, better the word using the remedy. Prayaschitam is the remedy. So what means what? So for all these karmas, what is the remedy? The remedy is the jnanam, the knowledge. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of one's own self. So whatever I have done, knowingly or unknowingly, so everything gets nullified. Everything is being taken care of by self-knowledge. Swamiji, I know myself. Appa, so what you know yourself? Yes, I know myself, but while having food, if I can have one piece of bread extra, and that bread, not this bread, that will be great. Thank you very much. I hope you understand the joke. Okay? However, if this is the case, now let us look at the next verse. Drugdrushyo daupadartho sta paraspara vilakshano Dugbrahma drishyam maya syat iti Vedanta Dindima. Did I send the text to all of you? No text, huh? Aha! So I am enjoying my life without a text. Huh? This is not right, okay? That's why suddenly I discover how is it possible. Anyway, sorry. Good. So you can download your things. Druk drushyo dau padartho stah. So again, there are two categories, our previous style, okay? We are going back to the previous style. So there are two categories. So what are they? One is druk, other one is drishyamiti. Druk means the seer, drishyam means that is a seen. The seer and the seen. There are two categories. Interestingly, paraspara vilakshanau. Both of them are different, distinct in nature. So one sees, other one is seen. So both of them are different. And he says, Druk Brahmaiti, Drishyam Maya Syat. So the Druk, the seer, is the Brahman, the totality. And the Maya is called Drishyam. So Maya means that which exists, that which in reality does not exist, but as though exists. Which is not a truth. So that means it's very clear that Drishyam Jagat is false. So that means whatever is seen is false. This is to be understood. So do I see my likes and dislikes or not? Hopefully. Do I see my ahankara or not? Hopefully. Now tell me, what are the things you see in your life? In fact, you see anything and everything, except yourself. So except that, everything is false. False means as though exist. So that means what? We are holding on to the falsehood, thinking that it will be truth for me, it will be reality for me. Will it be possible? That's the problem for all of us. So that's why here is being very nicely said that Druk Brahmaiti. The seer is Brahman, the totality. And of course, Drishyam Maya. So that means I need not get carried away with Drishya Jagatam. That which is visible, that which is seen, that which is objectifiable, I need not get carried away. As it comes, it goes out like my mirage. Seeing a mirage, if you are intelligent enough, will you get carried away? Will you run behind a mirage? In fact, you will enjoy mirage. Park the vehicle. That's why people go to desert to enjoy, and sometimes while enjoying they suffer. That is another point, another problem. They go to enjoy, they suffer. I remember very unfortunate thing, day before yesterday happened here, of a landslide and other things, few people died. Not on the road, but in different places. In fact, in them, one of the known person is not there. So whom I know, how this is what life goes. I think this I have said, this one example. If I am right, in 2002, it was. So that time I was staying in Gangotri. I think this is during this time only. Because this is a very crucial time, and especially when there is rain happens. Suddenly weather changes and starts snowing like anything. So when we are there, a group of people, and especially from West Bengal, because they don't listen to anybody. They have their own problem. And in India, we say the worst tourist is called West Bengal tourist. The worst. Very adamant, very arrogant, you cannot think of. And they are more number of tourists in all over India. They travel a lot. So this group of people came to Himalayas and they wanted to climb up. In fact, the local people, including sadhus, said, don't do. This is not time. There is some issue may happen. In fact, I was there in that place. So everybody said, no, we know. Okay, finally. I think if I'm right, there were 6 people and they took 12 porters. I felt sorry for the porters, not for them, to be very honest. In fact, some of them warned the porters, say, don't join, let them go to hell. And interestingly, no local porter joined, only Nepali porter joined because they need money. That's why they joined. However, finally, they went, things happened, and you know what happened. Not only the 6 of them, they went away. Along with them, some 4 or 5 porters went away. That was sad part for us, to be very honest. These poor people, they went to help. They got stuck because in the base camp itself, they collapsed. And government of India had to spend huge money to look for their body. The weather was so bad, helicopter could not fly. And news is flashing left, right. There is a pressure from government, this, that. Then the helicopter pilots were crying. They will land there and they'll say, who asked them to go and what can we do? Like, searching in the morning till evening, going round, looking down. It's not a joke. And in the jungle and with this thick jungle and snow, how can you find out where is what? However, what I'm highlighting here is, they went for enjoyment, entertainment. Finally, what happened? You just look at yourself. Same thing, does it happen or not? In fact, whole life you make complicated while thinking that you will enjoy. Look at yourself. Except marriage, okay? Where at least you have grown up without your knowledge, okay? This is, I can say openly to you. Supposed to. Other than that, anything you have tried, anything you have done, have you not observed this? Do you see the growth? Only you have bitter experience. Because why I say accept marriage? Because in marriage you should not have any bitter experience. Not supposed to. In a relationship you can have a bitter experience, not in marriage. That's why there is a difference between marriage and relationship. Because in marriage there is a commitment. In relationship there is no commitment. It's a time pass. Because of time pass, acquaintance. Can you see this point? And bitterness has to come. That's why you can see those who are in relationship, their mind is not healthy. It's very rare to find a person who is in relationship and having a healthy mind. Almost impossible. I'm sorry, I'm using a very strong word today, okay? But this is the truth, this is the reality. So that's why here is being highlighted, I stressed, Druk Brahma Drushyam Maya. And interestingly, if this is the case, Now what happens? Being they are different, now I happen to be Brahman, and whatever I see is Maya, unseen, but not truth, unreal. That's why I don't have to get carried away. Let us read the next verse, then we'll stop it. Avidyopadhiko jivaha मायोपाधिक ईश्वरः माया विद्या गुणातीत इति वेदांत डिंडिमः. Very nicely we can see this also. Avidya upadhika jiva. So interestingly, the jiva has got its upadhi, and that is called avidya, ignorance. At the same time, that being with Maya, that is called Ishvara. And Maya avidya gunatita iti. So definitely Ishvara, that which is along with Maya, is beyond avidya guna. Why and how? That we will see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Shishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.